You're eating clean, you're moving, you're tracking, and still no fat loss. What is the deal? Is this just your body? This way it is? You check your thyroid, check your iron levels, B vitamins, adrenals, testosterone, estrogen, it's just all just checking out. Everything's normal. Perhaps you're being sabotaged via body composition by hidden ingredients in your spices, in your dressings, even in your electrolyte powders, many of which you would consider healthy or healthy alternatives. They don't have the blatantly obnoxious, obvious toxic foods or food particles in them, but these ingredients are keeping your storage signal constantly turned on. When insulin is above average all day long, fat burning is not part of the metabolic equation. And I think most of us want that to be part of our metabolic equation. So today we're talking about the shadow chemicals that, they can be blocking your fat loss, namely maltodextrin, dextrose, cornstarch, cassava flour, potato starch, modified food starch, and there's a host of other ones out there that can be these sugar spiking additives. They're just hiding in your favorite seasonings, dressings, sauces. And most people, are trying to lose fat, focus on the big rocks. That's strength training, that's hydration. Maybe they're counting calories somehow or macro counting, 10,000 steps a day, cutting sugars. I think these are all valid, high value things. But what if you're stuck and you've got the discipline? That's not lacking discipline. You're getting after it. Things aren't changing. Perhaps it's the little things you don't know you're eating that are actually at issue here. So maltodextrin, it's a super common food additive. And dressing, sauces, spices, blends, and even health products like, say, LMNT, electrolyte powders. It has a glycemic index of 85 plus. Now, that's higher than table sugar. Just in these minute doses, generally we think, it's not an issue. But at the amounts found in most of these powders and taco spices, this really adds up, and it leads to that constant insulin excess. So it gets digested almost instantly. And that promotes sharp rises in blood glucose, elevated insulin levels, and basically you're essentially putting on this alarm in your being that says, store. It just keeps going off instead of burn, right? So even small, consistent hits of maltodextrin, dextrose, cornstarch, they can keep your blood sugar elevated, insulin elevated, just high enough to keep you out of that burn fat mode, just keeping yourself in the right cardio mode, heart rate mode for burning fat. Same thing happens when it comes to insulin. So when insulin is up, lipolysis, the breakdown of fat for energy, shuts down. Your body can't access stored fat anymore. And this chronic low-grade elevation, it's doing that. And it's increasing your cravings as well. It's worsening inflammation. It's disrupting your gut flora. The end result is insulin resistance over time. Of course, after insulin resistance comes diabetes. But most people who are getting after it on the food front, the physical activity front, diabetes isn't exactly what you're trying to get away from. You just want to go from 10, 50 pounds overweight to the body composition you love having. I had a patient, super disciplined, active, eating real food, working out, but her body composition would not budge, would not change, at least on the fat front. She was getting stronger. This went on for years. Finally, she did this one thing. What I'm talking about right here. She removed all the spices, the sauces, and drinks that were prepared in advance for her that had the maltodextrin, the dextrose, the modified cornstarch, the cassava flours, the potato starches, just got them out of the way. It took some effort, but 5 months later, guess what? You probably know what I'm going to say, but she was down 15 pounds, solid fat loss off her being, feeling fantastic, loving her clothes fit, still working out, still eating real food, no crazy calorie restriction, just less metabolic insulin surges all throughout the day from these little inputs, these starches. Store had been going on for a long time for her, even though she's putting out all this other effort to eat real food and exercise consistently. And this isn't just one story. There's peer-reviewed research that backs this up. Maltodextrin and cornstarches raise postprandial glucose and insulin significantly more than just glucose by itself. And these rapidly absorbed carbohydrates promote insulin resistance. In these processed starches, they actually shift the composition of gut bacteria. which leads to intestinal permeability and increased levels of those pro-inflammatory endotoxins. We don't want any toxins coming into us, all right? So cornstarch isn't just a filler. It's a blood sugar bomb that impairs your ability to oxidize fat as energy, increases hunger signals, and it promotes central fat storage. Yep, right on your belly there. So these aren't just empty calories. They literally are metabolic disruptors. Getting pre-mixed spice for your taco meat, your chicken, I think it sounds like a fantastic idea. But you better make sure that you are an ingredient hound when it comes to reading those labels. Otherwise, I think it's a good idea to just start making your own at home. Get the individual spices, the individual herbs, and create your own. My wife does it all the time. Watch for the maltodextrin, the dextrose, the cassava flour, the potato starch, the modified food starches. Specifically, if you're looking for body composition change and you feel like you're just stuck in a rut, it's just not budging, it's not moving, that belly fat just slowly keeps accumulating. And I think it's just time to make our own spice medley and create your own family dressing from scratch. This will not only save you some belly fat and make it so that the exercise and the energy you're putting out to get yourself right when it comes to body composition, but it's going to save you a ton of money. On top of that, look at dropping your Gatorades, your liquid IVs, your Pedialytes, your LMNTs, your Powerade, if you've been stuck. This simple, I would say almost seemingly insignificant action, it literally could be the key to unlocking your body composition. If you know someone who's struggling, looking to get over the hump, man, what are you waiting for? Get this to them, put this in their eyes. You take action right now. Get that healthy accumulation all over yourself. Talk to you guys and gals later.